Today we are reviewing how to multiply whole numbers. Remember that multiplication is the same thing as repeated addition. So if we had 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, this is the same as 8 times 4 because we are adding 8 4 times. And both are equal to 32. So if we look at the example on the right, we're adding 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So this is the same as 6 times 7. And both are equal to 42. Let's begin with a few basic multiplication facts. 4 times 3 equals 12. This is the same as adding 4 3 times. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Seven times 7 is 49. This is the same as adding 7 7 times. 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. 3 more times, and that equals 49. Twelve times 4 equals 48. Eight times 6 equals 48. 5 times 9 equals 45. 2 times 9 equals 18. When we move beyond the basic multiplication facts and we start multiplying multi-digit numbers, it is easier to solve them by writing the factors vertically. So we'll begin by multiplying the digit in the ones place. Then we'll multiply the digit in the tens place. Next, we'll multiply the digit in the hundreds place, if there is one. In the 3 examples to the right, I have written the multiplication problem vertically. If we're looking at the first one on the left, 13 times 3. I'm going to multiply the 3 by the number in the ones place above it first. 3 times 3 is 9. So I'm going to put that down below. Now I'm going to multiply my 3 on the bottom by the number in the tens place. 3 times 1 equals 3. I've multiplied my number on the bottom by both of the digits on top. So 13 times 3 equals 39. Next, we're going to multiply 220 times 4. So I'm going to multiply the number on bottom, 4, by all the numbers on top in each of the place values. So we'll start with 4 times 0 in the ones place. 4 times 0 is 0. Then 4 times 2 in the tens place is 8. And 4 times 2 in the hundreds place is 8. So 220 times 4 is 880. Last, we're going to multiply 23 times 3. I'm going to multiply 3 on the bottom by the 3 in my ones place up top. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 in the tens place is 6. So 23 times 3 equals 69. When the product of two factors is greater than 9, it is necessary to use regrouping with the next place value. So if we look on the right, 70 times 8. 8 times 0 in the ones place is 0. And then 8 times 7 in the tens place is 56. I'm going to put my 6 down, and then my 5, if I had a number in my hundreds place, it would go above that. But because I have no number in the hundreds place, I'm going to add the 5 as well down below in my answer. So 70 times 8 is 560. Next we have 109 times 5. I know 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to put the 5 that's in the ones place in 45 down below. The 4 in 45 in my tens place, I need to put above the 0, the next number I'm going to multiply. So I'm regrouping that 4. So now I'm going to multiply 5 times 0 in the tens place, and 5 times 0 is 0. But now we need to look at the 4 that I wrote above the 0. We're going to add that number to our answer. So 5 times 0 is 0, plus 4 equals 4. So I'm going to write that down below. And then 5 times 1 in the hundreds place is 5. So 109 times 5 is 545. So far, we've only been multiplying by one-digit numbers. When multiplying by two-digit numbers, it is especially important to show your work neatly and keep place values lined up. Remember to use placeholders when multiplying by a digit in the tens or hundreds place. I want you guys to think about for a minute the answer to this question. Why is it important to use placeholders when multiplying by two-digit numbers? When we move on to the second number and start multiplying it, we add a 0 in the ones place as a placeholder. This is because we are now multiplying by the digit in the tens place. We're going to multiply 93 times 12. I'm going to start with my number in the ones place, the 2, and multiply it by both digits on top. Two times 3 in the ones place is 6. I'm going to put the 6 right below the 2. 2 times 9 in the tens place is 18. Since there's no digit in the hundreds place to multiply by, I'm also going to put the 1 in the 18 down below in my answer. After I've multiplied the digit in the ones place on bottom by all the digits on top, I'm going to cross it out and move on to the digit in the tens place, the 1. We have the placeholder of 0 in the ones place. And now we can multiply the 1 by the 3 in the ones place on my number on top. So 1 times 3 is 3. And 1 times 9 in the tens place is 9. Next, we need to add our two numbers together. Six plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. I'm going to put the 1 down here and carry the 1 in the tens place. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus the 1 I carried is 11. So 93 times 12 is 1,116. Next, we're going to multiply 73 times 21. First, I'm going to multiply my digit in the ones place on bottom by all the digits on top. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 7 is 7. Now I'm going to cross out the number on bottom in my ones place and move on to the number in the tens place. First, I have the placeholder of 0, and now I'm ready to multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. When I add my two numbers together, I'll have my answer, or my product. 3 plus 0 is 3. 7 plus 6 is 13. Carry my 1. 4 plus the 1 I carried is 5. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So 73 times 21 is 1,533. When multiplying by multiples of 10, this creates a pattern. There will always be a 0 in the ones place. So let's look at 83 times 40. Since 40 has a 0 in the ones place, I'm going to put a 0 in the ones place in my answer, and instead of multiplying 0 times 3 and 0 times 8, which will equal 0, I'm just going to put that 0 as the placeholder and move on to my second number in the tens place, the 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. I'll carry my 1. And 4 times 8 is 32, plus the 1 I carried is 33. So 83 times 40 is 3,320. Now let's look at 52 times 60. Again, I see a 0 in the ones place. So instead of multiplying 0 times 2, which is 0, and 0 times 5, which is 0, I'm just going to put a 0 as a placeholder and move on to my number in the tens place to multiply. So 6 times 2 is 12. Carry my 1. And 6 times 5 is 30, plus the 1 I carried is 31. So 52 times 60 is 3,120. Now we will complete some guided practice problems together, and then you will work on your independent practice.